I could sit here right now and think one thought and I feel fucked up.
Of course.
Or I switch my thinking and be like, oh, I'm the
I feel
happiest
very
person.
motivated and I'm happy.
So that's the thing. Like, whenever somebody says to me, "Oh, like, I have the right to feel that way," you do have the right to feel that way. You have the right to fucking crash your car right now if you want to. That fucking thing. But do you want to?
Or commit suicide or whatever.
Why don't you want to?
Yeah.
Right. For you to give yourself a pass, saying I have the right. No, you have the right to actually choose not to feel that way and be happy.
That's
so
a good
choose
way to put
that.
it. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, just as much as you have the right to feel that way, you have the right for yourself and everybody around you to choose the better option.
That's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
so
it's
choose
true.
not to suffer because again, it's like a muscle. The more and more you choose happiness or problem solving versus problem, your body's just gonna start going this way now. Problem solving.
Welcome to Behind the Strength, where we improve your health, wealth, and peace of mind.
I'm Carlo Belagase.
I'm Christian Alvarez.
And we are your hosts. Welcome back.
For those of you first joining us, we are entrepreneurs who have built a fitness and therapy business in Scarborough, Ontario.
Toronto, for those people who don't know Scarborough.
We are actually a growing company and now expanding to more locations through this year. And we've been around for about 8 years now.
8 long years.
Now, we started with nothing, literally some racks that were borrowed off a friend and whatnot. We had dumbbells up to like 20 pounds or 25 pounds.
25 pounds.
25 pounds.
1,800 square feet, 2,000 square feet?
Less than that, yeah.
And now we're at 11,200. Business is a multi-million-dollar business, and we're expanding to across the world near you. Hopefully one day.
If there is any comments from past episodes, or you guys have any questions, or if there's anything that you want us to cover, please email us
at bts@strengthu.com. That's Bobby Terry Sandy at strength hyphen the letter N hyphen the letter U.com. And if you don't know what hyphen is, it's that dash, not underscore. All
right. So let's get right to it today. Today we're going to be talking about something that is, everybody deals with it. The difference between pain and suffering.
Yes.
Pretty interesting.
What is our mantra?
Pain is inevitable. Suffering is a choice.
Yeah.
It really is.
Siddhartha Gautama,
the
Buddha.
The Buddha.
He goes, everything in life, suffering is because of greed, right?
Yeah, and
it's always been a choice.
It's a choice. Everything is a choice.
And that was one of the hardest things for a lot of people to comprehend.
Yeah, what do you mean I'm choosing pain and suffering?
Yeah, like they justify a lot of shit because especially when, say, you're going through a breakup or a loss, people... The biggest excuse I hear is, "Oh, I'm allowed to feel this way. I'm allowed to vent and stuff like that."
Yes.
Why do you think people give themselves a pass for wanting to feel that way?
Because it's a normal thing to do, to give yourself a pass of anything.
Yeah,
it's an easy way out. It's a cop out.
Yeah.
But I mean, aside from that, it's somebody that like you're always, as a person, you're always gonna want people to sympathize with you. So for that to happen, you first sympathize with yourself and you give yourself these. That's where the excuses start coming along. That's where it's okay to feel like this. I'm supposed to be feeling my grief and loss like this, and it takes up to a year to get better. And you know what I mean?
Yes.
They really let that get to them.
Do you believe pain is good?
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
Pain, first of all, it's just like the military says, man, pain is a good sign that you're still alive.
Yeah, that's true.
Right? If you're feeling something, that means your heart is beating. So that's a damn good thing to me. But aside from that, definitely there's a lot to grow from after that pain, if you take it that way. Mm-hmm. Pain is an indicator that something is wrong. Yeah, just like physical pain, right? That there's something is wrong, or your body's trying to tell you something. So, it depends on the connotation you take it, but pain essentially is something in an event or a person or even your body is telling you that, hey, there's something not right. You better just look into that and to address it.
So pain versus suffering. In terms of fitness,
right?
Yes, you will experience pain, but your choice to suffer is, I guess, the lack of educating yourself where the pain comes from.
Yes.
Lack of initiative to reduce the pain through other ways.
Yeah, or even to like not like say when your body plateaus when you're training, and to kind of be ignorant to the fact that it's plateaued and you're just gonna suffer through that. Oh, everybody goes through this plateau break, and you're being ignorant to the fact that I should educate myself a little bit more, and I should change my program. Maybe I should try this.
Yeah,
right.
Or even beforehand, like good thing you said that. Like pain, the pain of you, for example, feeling fat, overweight.
Well, that too, right? That's
stuff.
a huge thing.
But a lot of people don't do anything about it, and that's when they suffer.
Yeah, they suffer. Of course.
They stick and relish in the pain and anguish and shit like that without actually
we see it all the
falling
time.
into like, okay, you know what? I'm actually over this feeling. I don't want to be in pain anymore. I got to do something about it and stop fucking complaining.
Yeah, what they're done with is the suffering part of it.
Yeah.
The pain was there a long time ago. The pain was there from the onset of, oh my God, I can't get up these stairs. I'm overweight.
Yeah.
The pain was there when they could barely get up and without their lower back hurting them in the morning.
Yeah.
The pain's always been there. Now they chose to suffer for it for that long period because I know people, including myself, if I feel the onset of pain in my lower back or something in my body, I address it.
Yeah.
I'm going to either stretch that out, identify that area, find out what's wrong with it. I'm going to go to a specialist, somebody at a therapy clinic and see, hey, what the hell's going on here? Or a doctor or whatever it may be. Now, if you're a person that's just, it's just going to be there and I'm just going to suffer through it. There's a lot of people that are, as you get older, people are like, you're getting old. That's the way it's supposed to be like. Don't worry, my back's supposed to be like this.
Yeah.
So you're choosing to suffer for
it. They've developed certain truths that kind of shelter them or shield them from actual real responsibility.
That's it, because now you're choosing to suffer through that, where
like
there is
a
help.
call to action. I think it's deflections. They've created deflections to not allow them to get to the call to action point.
Yeah.
Because the real call to action is when you actually have to do something about it.
Yeah, of course. I mean, listen, when we say pain is inevitable, pain is going to come about in so many ways. There's going to be problems that come up all day, every single day in your face, in your life. Mm-hmm. And the thing is it's how do we identify those problems? And two, do we choose to take it on, tackle it?
I always tackle pain.
Okay.
I love doing it.
Not everybody can do that, right? Or
Yeah,
not
they
even.
can.
They can.
They just don't want to.
They just choose not to.
Because here's what my belief is: everybody has this weird thing in their head where life should be a certain way.
Of course.
Right? I'm a firm believer that so suffering happens when circumstances aren't allowing you to win, right?
Yes, of course.
But you've created these circumstances.
Yes.
You created the rules and how you think you should be winning,
yes,
or
of course,
succeeding, or being a certain way. That's why people suffer, right? That's the only reason, because
of
there's
course.
just a preconceived notion how things should have been.
Yeah, of course.
You get what I mean? Instead of being fluid and like, okay, let me just find a solution for what's happening at the moment. You suffer because, for instance, this person got a raise and they sucked up.
Of course,
it's unfair for me. Life is unfair. People in my work are.
You've already created that, though.
Right? So the reason why you're suffering is because you created a framework of how winning should have been.
Should have been, exactly.
In that situation,
yeah.
when you could ask yourself, okay, how could I do more?
How could I get better?
Do people even know that I'm willing to do more these days, so I can actually move up in the whatever, right? They don't want to admit that maybe they come in late all the time, or they're not doing as much as they should have been.
Well, that goes back to, a lot of people choose to run away to begin with.
Yeah.
So this is why you essentially end up suffering, especially for a long term,
yeah.
right? Pain is momentary. It's temporary. It really is. It can be. But, suffering is a long-term thing that's just going to eat away at you. And if you just deny this and stay ignorant to different facts and say refuse to address your problems, your issues, or things that are causing you pain.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm constantly, I don't know, let's just say somebody that plays a sport, right? Like soccer, and they constantly have heel pain.
Yeah.
They're just going to choose to play through it, because there's a perfect example of a client that tells me all the time, I have, oh my God, heel pain. And I play soccer 5 days a week. It's like, okay, right?
Okay, so
but you're not choosing to go and get treated or address it or do anything about it. So you're choosing to suffer.
Yeah. Or it's not that bad, or it's painful, but not so painful that you have to stop, right? And then they just push
yet,
away,
yet
until the suffering gets.
Then
too
you can't
profound,
get up anymore.
Yeah.
Yes.
Now that's real suffering, and
Yeah.
then even more pain, and then it's like a feedback loop.
Listen, I was
loop.
ignorant to that fact too. There's a while back where I was running very long distances, not very long, but long for me. So it was like 20K plus.
I mean, that's long.
Oh, okay, like
20K
20K plus.
Long, man.
So I was running, and my body weight at the time was about 190 something, and you shouldn't be doing that at 190 something pounds, 195, 200
190 is
pounds.
pretty light for you.
For
That's
me,
light. Yeah, that's light, right?
But I still like a body of my composure should not be doing distances of 20K.
Yeah.
So I had a major heel pain that shot right up, and I was like, it's gonna go away. I'm gonna run it off like a fucking moron. and I'll walk it off, and sure enough, I see, I got a bone spurt coming out of my friggin' heel.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
you had that pain for a while.
But I chose to suffer, and now that took like almost a year plus to heal. But if I had addressed it to begin with that initial onset of pain, I wouldn't have been an idiot that suffered for a year plus. But I'm a fucking moron. I decided to suffer. That's a perfect example.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But now if we're talking about even the harder point is the mental part of it, right? And the emotional part of it. A lot of people don't like to tackle that kind of stuff on. So when you talk about pain and you know what I mean, it's very hard.
It's hard. So
that's a fucking bag of worms. Do you really want to open? Right?
There's one relationship that was very stands out to me when I was a bit younger in college. We were together for like 2.5 years, 3 years, and it was obviously going south a little bit. She eventually, we both kind of broke it really badly on our own, like the things that we did. I found out she was unfaithful to me at that point. But when in the end of the relationship, you're just both like fucking not in and out, not even there. But that actually killed me a lot because she lived far away from me and I just moved.
I see.
To Whitby, and I felt fucking lonely at that point, right?
Right.
But I was very depressed. I was super depressed. I didn't want to go out. Didn't want to do anything. And then it was actually I started reading Buddhist books because it kind of something caught me. It's like the reason why you're suffering is because of greed. And I was like, what the fuck is this guy talking about? This guy's crazy, right? Like
old ass Indian man running around.
That concept didn't make any sense to me. Like, what the fuck you mean I'm suffering because I'm greedy? Like she did this to me. Blah blah blah.
There you go already.
Like I'm greedy. I was the only one who gave in the relationship and all that shit, right? But the point of that is not that. It's just it's the whole notion of that, you need somebody to be happy.
Yes.
Right? It's your longing, your need for that feedback.
Yeah.
To keep you in a certain state when nothing is actually yours to begin with. You know what I mean? If you actually love someone and even love yourself, there is no attachment.
Yes.
Right? It has to be so fluid. And in the way we've grown up, that's virtually impossible to comprehend.
Right.
Because, happy birthday. Oh, this is mine. This is
course,
hers.
yes.
You guys have to share because that's hers.
Yeah.
This is yours. You're right away. You're already bombarded with the fact that this is mine. Yeah. Material things are mine. You're my mom, right? Like every fucking thing is mine or that's his, and there's a separation and there's an understanding that these items are yours or these belongings are yours or people are yours, and now there's an expectation of how you should be treating me in context to our relationship.
Yes.
And I think that's very detrimental in terms of understanding what real love is and what being around actual people should be, the interaction. And that goes down to giving without any expectation. Like that, and that's what changed. That actually changed my entire life, and that's why I am the way I am. Like, it's like there's no expectation, just give. Like when people, that's the way I see work. I'm like, why the fuck won't I just give my everything and extract as much as information I can from this so I could do way better than what I can? Because the way I live my life now, it's like, just go all out. Yes. Because there is no expectation. Like the reason why you're not going all out because there's an expectation. There's a thing in your head where what's the point? Your level.
Your level bar.
I don't look at anybody else. I don't feel anybody else. I just want to be like, okay,
you level up for yourself.
Let me just feel this. Let me just feel this. I take all that. The knowledge that I read, like, dude, I literally read this book or multiple Buddhist books for like 2 weeks straight. I locked myself in a room and started trying to have a deeper understanding of self-awareness.
Yes. And
I think that's what it is. It's a lack of self-awareness that a lot of people have because it's scary as fuck, man.
Of course it is.
To look at yourself, okay, and you have to go through this exercise, like, what fucked up things do I do? What fucked up things do I think about? What allows me to get down? And if you really think about it, everything in your head is not actually real. No, right? It's not. The perception is what you think. Is the reality.
That's why they say, like, there's actually the body doesn't actually know whether something is real or not. Exactly. You can mentally visualize yourself working out, and it has the same effect on your system.
Yeah.
If you visually feel it and see it, it's already happened.
Yeah.
That's where a big thing of visual practices go for entrepreneurs and high level athletes, that kind of stuff. And it's very true because it's kind of everything's encoded. I'm actually on a book right now. It's called Algorithms to Life, and that's the basis of that. Is what they're doing is they're talking about how you basically encode everything in your head already.
Yeah.
And it depends on, let's say, so you approach a camera, good or bad thing.
You already have these set rules, right?
Like somebody that's afraid to drive. It's like, car, road, bad thing.
Yeah. Isn't it weird?
So
Isn't
here's
that
the thing,
freaking weird, man?
and I'm going to relate this to our next point, because whenever something negative happens, somebody's already has, oh my God, this is going to cause me pain, or I'm going to suffer for this.
Yes.
Because they have that connotation of negative.
Yeah, the rules are there. Set.
Now,
yeah.
If anybody's on this, please read this book, Principles by Ray Dalio.
Yes,
we are huge readers, so we're always going to
Yeah, I know.
prescribe.
Yeah. We read all that.
That one I've been on about 4 or 5 times now, and I kid you not, and he says something. Negative or positive is really, it's a relative thing. So if you look at something out in nature, he said he saw, was it an antelope get hunted by a cheetah?
Yeah.
And he's like, oh my God, that's such a bad thing. That's horrible. And he goes, but wait a minute, for nature to take effect, that has to happen.
Absolutely.
Right? The animal has to get eaten. One animal has to get eaten for the prey and the predator. And he's like, so people in this, it depends on how you're looking at it and the better good of what sense.
Yeah.
So if you can look at that and say that's a negative thing, but no, that's a positive thing, because that's how nature balances itself out.
Yeah.
And that's the way things work. So in the end, the things that happen to us that are negative, it's not really happening to you there, my dear friend.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
not. Yeah,
It's
get
not.
yourself out
the
of the
universe
situation,
is
homie.
happening.
Yeah.
Period.
It's happening.
Things are happening.
It's
You
happening.
actually, you're in the way of it.
Yes. Absolutely.
You're just in the way of it.
That
Your
negative
stupid
energy,
thoughts,
that suffering
all
does.
that stuff.
Yep.
That you're in the way of it. So you actually cause that yourself.
Yeah.
And-
What do I
and-
always say? I always say remove friction, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Suffering is the ultimate friction in your head. It's debilitating.
Yeah.
It's debilitating because you don't want to do anything. Negativity, depression, all that stuff is
Yeah.
a debilitating state.
Right.
You know what I mean? That means something's clogged, right?
Right.
Right. Like if your heart gets clogged, you're fucking dying. That's
You're
exactly.
staring into the double cheeseburger I ate
Yeah,
yesterday.
I ate that too on the way home, bro.
He's like,
"Yo, snowstorm, son. I went to
Shit,
Wendy's."
this guy
Yeah,
knows,
nah.
man. Fuck.
No, but that's exactly it, right? That's the way I see things, and when I feel that way, because again, it goes back to self-awareness, right? When you start feeling that way, do you want to feel that way? Because remember, a clogged heart will cause death.
Yeah.
Same thing with negative states, depression, all that
it
stuff.
causes death.
It's
Causes
it's
death.
friction. It slows down energy when you could actually use it for good things.
It not only builds the stress in your body, but the stress actually kills cells in your body. That's a
Yeah,
proven scientific fact.
Yep. Survival mode, right?
Survival mode.
All the blood
Shut
comes out
down.
of your brain, right? That's why you can't think properly, and it goes into your vital organs. That's what happens. Your body doesn't know that you're actually not in danger,
Yeah.
but you're putting.
You're already.
Isn't that
You made
crazy?
the story already.
Bro, I could sit here right now and think one thought, and I feel fucked up.
Of course.
Or I switch my thinking and be like, oh, I'm not.
I feel very motivated and I'm happy.
So that's the thing. Like, whenever somebody says to me, "Oh, I have the right to feel that way," you do have the right to feel that way. You have the right to fucking crash your car right now if you want to. That fucking thing. But do you want to?
Or commit suicide or whatever.
Why don't you
Yeah.
want to?
Yeah.
Right. For you to give yourself a pass, saying I have the right. No, you have the right to actually choose not to feel that way and be happy.
That's
so
a good way
choose
to put
that.
it. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
yeah, just as much as you have the right to feel that way, you have the right for yourself and everybody around you to choose the better option.
It's true.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
it's
choose
true.
not to suffer because
true.
again, it's like a muscle. The more and more you choose happiness or problem solving versus problem, your body's just gonna start going this way now. Problem solving.
Yes.
Problem
Yeah.
solving, problem solving.
You get the wheels in motion and the momentum kind of builds. Right. It's the rule of the mo in life. As if you put those thoughts forward into the solutions that need to come up, the lessons that you're going to learn from this, as opposed to, oh my God, what's this big problem in front of me?
Yeah, and the good thing is you're gonna start. Like if you feel somebody who's just stuck in that state, oh no, but the negative, and then they say the negative, oh yeah, but then they go back to the negative. You'll just have to be realistic. Like, you know what, I choose not even to be around you anymore. So you're gonna start purging all that bullshit out from your life, and you'll actually start seeing that your life is actually 10 times better.
Of course it is. You're a lot lighter. The load that you're carrying is a lot lighter, like in every sense of the word,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely. But because, dude, I scroll down fucking Instagram and every single person has this motivational shit that they fucking say, right? But the craziest thing is the ones that who are most mentally fucked up, like not fucked up, but like mentally, like there's a
Questionable.
mental struggle. There's
course.
obvious that there's a mental struggle that what they're saying and what they actually feel
They're not aligned.
is not aligned, and
Yes.
which is fine. I mean, it's great that they're actually saying these things and stuff like that, words of affirmation and stuff like that. But your emotion is what's going to get you there, not words of affirmation, not just thinking about it, but actually physically changing the way you are and the way you have done things. And it does take time. I'm not saying, hey,
Of
yo,
course.
fuck, yo, just choose and it's done.
Yeah, of course.
But constant practice has to happen.
Definitely.
I see a lot of people with zero integrity on this shit, man. I've seen people talk all this shit, but in real life, they're fucking assholes.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Of course. That's a show, right?
It's a show. I'm like,
It's a
yo,
show.
but here's the problem. You're not fooling anyone but yourself, homie. When you look in the fucking mirror, you're going to be depressed.
You're going to know.
You're actually going to be worse because your brain knows you're bullshitting,
Yeah,
dude.
exactly.
Your brain knows you're bullshitting. All this
Yes.
talk that you think people fucking think you are, when you
Yes.
sit home in the mirror, that motherfucker in the mirror is be like,
Yeah.
you're a fucking liar.
You're a liar. Yeah.
You got to
you're
step
full of
the
shit.
fuck. Yeah, man. And that's the thing. You have to choose every single day not to suffer. You have to choose to find even the moment that you choose to slap your face and be like, get out of this state. That's a win.
Yes.
You know, and
Yeah,
then
of
keep
course.
moving. Slap your face a million
Of
times,
course.
and then move.
You know, a couple of things that you can do just for yourself is even seek advice. You don't necessarily have to go to one particular person. But what we like to do is whenever we're facing an issue of some sort, we go to particular people who are
Or
either
books.
facing it,
Or books.
right? Yeah,
Yeah.
or even knowledge somewhere else.
Knowledge somewhere else. Like
Knowledge
books,
somewhere
books
else,
are,
yeah.
books are dead people telling their fucking
Exactly.
mentors, right?
Yeah.
They're dead men, or not even dead. Like
Yeah,
you know, people who have
they're just
succeeded.
speaking their word throughout. Yeah,
And this is like, yeah, I like fiction and all that stuff, but this is why I run to books because we like who are we gonna run? Who are we gonna run to?
yeah,
specifically?
exactly,
Right?
Yeah,
Like you know, the higher level situations that are very critical. Not a lot of people have experienced, other than
Yes.
these people who have the time to write the books on their experiences.
Yeah.
Right?
So
Like,
definitely-
stretchy black pants. Like
Yeah, yeah.
Look how many
Chip,
gems Chip Wilson. Like
yeah. That just dropped on that book. Yeah,
you get what I mean? So if you can't talk to anybody, if you
Yes.
can't relate to anybody, find the person that you want
exactly.
to, want to be
Emanate
like,
or- yeah.
and then read what they have to say. Biographies, YouTube has a lot of shit, right?
Somebody whose ideals of life that you want to live by, right? That's
Absolutely.
a very, very good one.
Yep.
Number two, you definitely want to learn to let go. So you have to let go of things that happen to you, things that pass. It's a simple thing as, driving in this morning, how many people have cut you off, or the asshole that did this. That a lot of people carry that with them for the rest of the day.
Yeah.
Something that your ex did, something that your wife did this morning, or your kid did. Now you're carrying it with you for the day. And even more serious things, such as, hey, my ex-girlfriend cheated on me. You got to learn to let that shit go.
Well, here's the thing, right? You PVR everything, right? Everybody PVRs everything.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So would you keep shitty shows on your PVR?
yeah,
Or
for
do
sure.
you want to empty it and make room for your
for
good
good
ones, right?
ones, for better
But everybody, we're so quick to delete the shit in PVR, but we're so quick to hold it here. Why?
Well, that's the thing, right? The storage in our brain, when we store a lot of negative thoughts and feelings and stuff like that, you literally don't leave any room for anything new to happen to you or good things to happen to you.
Yeah.
Any new memories, any new experiences, any new lessons.
Purge that shit, man.
Yeah,
Yo, you have to commit to okay, I'm gonna commit right now to having only great memories or majority of great memories. Obviously, sometimes you need those bad memories as a reference point. But that only it, not a fucking, not to go back to as a movie and just keep watching over again.
Which is a big thing for our next point is, write that shit down. Like if you figure it out in your head, what's causing me pain in my life? What are the people that are slowing me down?
That's very important. I think that's very important.
Write that shit down.
Yeah. And you'll start seeing too. You're like, holy shit.
Yeah. Yeah. Whether it be situations or people are going to come up, or things that you don't like that irk you, write that shit down. Because when you dump it out in front of you, then you can start dealing with things, knock it off one by one.
Yeah.
It's an easier thing to problem solve like that than trying to be like, oh my God, I have so many problems to solve.
Well, it's just like your task list throughout the day.
Yeah, for sure.
What did I say about chunking? Like,
Yeah.
you feel like it's so profound and stuff like that. But hey, why don't you take a second, pause, write everything down, and you start seeing, okay, shit, it's not that bad.
Yes.
I'm actually more organized than I thought. It's
Yeah.
not that as bad as I thought. You know, it just came into my mind. You know that Japanese lady who organizes stuff on Netflix?
Who's that?
Do you ever see, what's that girl's name?
Japanese lady?
Yeah,
No.
you guys didn't see that shit? Do you know what I'm talking about? That Maria something?
Okay, so what does she do?
She literally, everybody's on this shit where they organize like their closet and their
Oh,
stuff. Now,
okay,
you
okay,
didn't
okay.
see it? You didn't see that shit?
No, I don't think I did.
So what she does, and it's pretty interesting, right? She's like, okay, take all your clothes from everything, from your closet and stuff like that, and dump it in one place, and start feeling the energy from those clothes, and like, okay, do I want to wear this again or no, right? But instead of throwing it out and be like, you have to thank it and be like, thank you for, for what you've done for me.
Wow.
And kind of say goodbye to it.
Yeah.
So that might be part of it, right?
Yeah.
Thank you. On your list, maybe we should do that with our lives too.
Cleaning out my closet.
Clean out your closet. But
fucking
it's very,
right.
but
It's a powerful thing.
But it's not like you. The thing is, you have the relationship with the clothes, relationship with these things that are holding you down. Of
course.
Still has to be positive at the end of the
Yes.
day, right?
Yeah.
Because you can't just be like, oh, fuck this thing. Like,
Burn it to all hell.
Thank you for the lessons that you've given me, and I would like to say
and the experiences, experiences,
So imagine now, like you're not saying you're not burning the fuck out of it.
No.
You're actually allowing yourself to let go and be good.
And to be honest with you, at a higher, deeper level, at a higher state of functionality, and I guess in a different realm, you can do that with people.
That's it. That's exactly what I'm saying.
Literally what you're leading up to is to people. Be like, listen,
Yeah.
I understand, like, we've grown together, stuff like that. I no longer see us at the same pace. I'd like to thank you for all your memories. We'll be in touch. I just don't think that we can be around each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But
Like,
instead of saying, fuck you, bro, get the fuck
yeah.
out of my life.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Yeah.
But, again, that negative energy is still, like, on you, right? It's
Yeah,
like,
of course.
It's, like
it's embedded, yeah.
Right? It's embedded.
Yeah,
Why,
it's embedded
why not?
in you.
Why can't we learn to say goodbye in a positive way and with lessons and, because you do actually grow as a person with those
Every
negative
time,
things,
every
right?
time.
You do. You absolutely do.
Every time.
So, maybe maybe we should do that. Maybe we should try that with our freaking clients. Like, hey, what are these things that hold you
of course.
back?
Even within our own team.
I think that's a great thing.
I think that's a great thing.
I should find her name. What the hell is it?
Big cleaning.
You should Japanese lady the shit out of this.
Closet cleaning.
We're cleaning
at SNU.
everything.
If you want to help us. Actually, last thing.
Yeah.
Follow through, man. Follow through. When you identify what the hell's wrong with you, and you decided to take some action, just follow through and go through it. You'll never know the outcome unless you do. And believe us, every time you go and follow through on something, even if you don't succeed at that first shot, you're going to learn something. It's going to be a positive experience. You're never going to regret taking action on anything. So you got to follow through on that shit.
Because at the end of the day, you already when you have two options, right? Follow through or actually take action and follow through.
Yeah.
Or stay where you are.
Yeah.
You already know the answer where it's going to lead to when you stay where
when
you
you're
are.
suffering.
So it's not like you're gonna go backwards. You're there.
Couch.
You're looking
Cheetos,
up. And just, you're already
back
there.
pain.
Unless you're just gonna eat more shit, and feel more pain. But essentially, you're in the same realm.
Yes.
Anyway. You're already in hell.
Yes.
Might as well look up and be like, fuck. Okay, what is?
Why don't I try to get out of this a little bit?
Get out of it. Don't I just want to be happy?
Take a walk outside. Eat a
a
piece of broccoli.
Isn't it draining when you just walk in every single fucking occurrence that happens to you? It's just the end of the world.
Yes.
I can't imagine living that way, man. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. No. If we only live once, why don't you have the operating, like iOS, iOS, like Apple and stuff like that? People get mad that it's fucking slow or it's glitchy.
Yeah.
But they're not mad that they fucking are glitchy and fucking slow in
and
life.
slow in life.
You know what I mean? Like, come on, man. Put things in perspective, right? Like, your operating system has to be updated every single fucking other month, just like your iOS.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Same shit. Update your shit, man. Like, the world's moving fast. You need to have the tools to make sure that you fucking are happy doing what you're doing in life.
Amen.
Being who you're being, right?
Amen.
Straight up.
That's the difference between, pain and suffering.
And 99% of your suffering is gone because suffering happens with you, right? It's a decision that you made that this isn't the way you want it.
Yes.
Right? But yeah.
Tough times don't last. Tough people do. That's what they say, right?
Thank you for listening today. We'll be back for the next episode. What's our next episode? Do we know yet?
We do, but I don't have it in.
Anyways, if you have any questions, concerns, bts@strengthenu.com or hit us up on Instagram @strengthenu, no hyphens, STRENGTHNU. We got some cool stuff there as well. Check us out on YouTube and Facebook. We're there.
Cool.
All right.
See ya.
Next time. Later.
Man.